Have we started with the introduction is over? So this week we should start with the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, right? Everybody is giving me a blank stare. It's like, if you say so. Everybody has a Bhagavad Gita book. Does it have 5th chapter in it? So open the 5th chapter. Let us begin. Repeat after me. अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः संन्यासयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच संन्यासं कर्मणां कृष्ण पुनर्योगं च शंससि यच्छ्रेययेतयोरेकम् तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितम्। In which chapter did Bhagavan Krishna start speaking with reference to Bhagavad Gita? Which chapter did he first start speaking in? Open book question. Though it doesn't require a book for that. He started speaking in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The whole of 2nd chapter, from the 10th shloka till the 72nd shloka, it was Bhagavan Krishna trying to speak. Maybe one interjection by Arjuna just before the last 18 shlokas. He asks about the Sthita Prajna Lakshana. After listening to the basics of Vedanta in 2nd chapter, Arjuna still doesn't seem to grasp, and he is coming with a very vehement mindset that he has made a decision and Bhagavan Krishna is not supporting that decision. And it almost seems like he is lashing out at the Lord. In the beginning of 3rd chapter, when you see it, he says, Tasmin karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me. Bhagavan, I don't think that the confusion, Vyamishra, confusion is in my head. Confusion seems to be in your words. Tatkim karmani ghore mam. Why are you forcing me into this ghora karma, terrible action? Now it is your responsibility. I am sorry to say that your responsibility seems like a ghora karma, a terrible karma. His own field of responsibility, he sees it as a terrible action. And he should have stopped there. He says, in the next sentence he says, that Bhagavan, you first clear your mind. Because what you are saying seems to be very confusing, different standpoints. You clear your mind and tell me that which is right. Tell me that which is efficient. Tell me that which is necessary. And after 3rd and 4th chapter, there is still that confusion existing in Arjuna's mind. It is the same kind of question being asked again in the beginning of 5th chapter, but now the mindset has a little change. The transformation, there is a little bit of transformation. And what is the transformation? He says, Yachreya yetayorekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Now he is not saying that Bhagavan, you are confused, reevaluate your statement. Instead, he is saying, I kind of get what you're saying, but it's not very clear yet. Tan me bruhi. Please, can you re-evaluate or not re-evaluate, restate, explain it further, because I am still stuck on these two aspects. On one side, you say that when you drop the ego and you perform the actions, but somewhere in my head says when you drop the actions also, you should have the freedom to drop. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam cha samshrasi. I have this doubt, I have this confusion that you talk in the same breath both about sannyasa and karma. Baba, I am getting confused. Tell me what is right. Is sannyasa good or is karma yoga good? If we take the example, say about cycling or swimming. Are there good swimmers here? Are there swimmers here? And I saw almost like, they raised their hand when they put good. They said, I may not be that good. So, I should say, I am not a swimmer. What I have learned, I can only say that I can sink delayed. Even that much to get the confidence that you would not immediately sink. One of our own mission members, he said, Swamiji, I'll teach you. I must have given an example of swimming and saying that I don't know to swim. He said, I'll teach. You come. So I went and he taught. In the first few days was quite hilarious now looking back at it. He would say, he took me to the water and he also got into the water and he said, lie flat on water. I said, "Kya baat kar rahe ho?" Breathe in and lie flat on the water. And I said, okay. I got into the water and immediately I no, I can't. He tried doing a lot of, and then finally he said something. He said, Swamiji, it is okay to teach saying let go. Here is where you have to apply. That the karma can happen efficiently only when you do your sannyasa. Letting go. I said, man, dish it out. You have got your opportunity. See, as long as we keep holding on to that apprehensive feeling that I may sink, you will never start to float. In fact, once you get a hang of it, then we realize that, sinking is actually difficult. Floating is easy. But in order to experience that float and to be able to swim, to perform that, you have to give up. Now, if somebody asks, is giving up greater or doing greater? Tell me one. I'll do only one. They both are complementing each other. It is not one without the other. It is not exclusive. It is inclusive. And somewhere in Arjuna's mind, his understanding gets to a block with, you talk about giving up, and then you say you have to perform. I thought giving up meaning you have the freedom to give up your actions, give up your responsibilities. See, if you have 2 3 children, and in the morning you don't come to decide, you look at the bed that they're sleeping in and say, who should I be responsible for today? Can you? Oh, you tried. You said doesn't work. That's not an option. As long as our satyatva buddhi, our conviction stands in the mindset that I someday will have the freedom to choose which kind of responsibilities that I can cater to. That which I feel which are overwhelming, that which I feel is too taxing or too trivial, I should be able to have the freedom of not doing it. That which appears mundane, that which appears repetitive, that which appears trivial, that which is overwhelming on the other side, I don't want to. We do not have the freedom to choose. Now, once you have gotten into the field, you have to face whatever ball is being thrown at you in a cricket pitch. Having gone there, you cannot say, slow ball dal, huh? It is not a gully cricket where there is a sudden kid comes in and his brother is playing and he also wants to play. And I said, okay, come. He'll put few slow balls and you hit and then you stand now. You field. It's not a child's game anymore. Once you have come onto that field, and again, coming onto the field, none of us have a choice. DOB, we are already up and running with pads and everything ready to face life. And each one has to go through those different experiences called life. Instead, we feel as if we are being pushed into live someone else's life. Why should I be doing this? Because it is your life. You have chosen, consciously or unconsciously. If Sunday morning I come and I look at all of you and I say, again, I have to speak to this crowd. No, I pass. Once I have chosen to be in this particular field, what the Lord offers, I don't have a choice. But with whatever He offers, how I interact and handle is in my hands. There is no escape. There is no running away. There is no even a foul cry saying that, how long will I have the same kind of crowd? It works both ways. As much as you are my prarabdha, I am your prarabdha too. You're getting the point? But that subtlety in it, that I do not have the freedom to choose among various responsibilities that I have, that which I feel comfortable with. And the way we grow up, the conditioning that has been instilled in us, do what you like. That is when your life will feel meaningful. It's a very misleading concept. And I hear the children also say this, either in the school or in the, as parents, you say, you find that, which you like and you give your life to it. Life doesn't come in with that kind of a luxury to choose among different responsibilities what I feel like catering to. Oh, I don't feel like brushing my teeth. I don't feel like taking a shower. I was in a university recently, and it was a morning, dialogue with them. As everybody assembled, the room's smell changed. I'm not joking. And these were I knew them from at least 80% of the gathering. I knew them earlier. I said, guys, did you even take a shower? And they go to the nasty. I put on a cologne. I said, it is even more unbearable. With your stench hidden behind the cologne, both mixed and coming. It's unbearable. And their point was like, well, I've taken shower yesterday. And there are certain things that you have to do. At least for the benefit of rest of them around you. There is no picking and choosing in that. Do you must? Arjuna seems to get caught up in that, like we also get caught up in trying to understand our own responsibilities. The frustration builds up so high that I want to get rid of it. When you can get rid of something if it is not yours, that which is an integral aspect of your existence, you cannot get rid of it. Maybe you don't like your face, sit under the knife, and maybe they'll change that. But the field of karma, field of responsibilities are not like that. And many a time we feel disappointed coming and praying to that Lord because our prayers are also on a wrong platform. What is the prayer? Oh Bhagwan, change my life. Bhagwan says, तेरे को हाथ पैर किस लिए दिया मैंने? Why did I give you hands and legs and an intellect in that head? Use it to change it. See, recently in Rudram we concluded a mantra. Ayam me hasto Bhagavan ayam me Bhagavattarah. This hands that have been blessed enough give the strength to fulfill my responsibilities and not run away from them. See, the prayer is not to suddenly change. Bhagavan is not Dumbledore sitting there with a magic wand that you come and he chooses, Aaj kiska karu main? Okay, this fellow here, boof. Haan, lift kara de. It's such an ridiculous kind of a request. बहुतों को lift करा दिया. And that is again our assumption that Bhagwan has played favoritism and he has lifted some. तो मुझे भी lift करा दे. And how? एक नहीं दो चार दिला दे. कार नहीं तो एरोप्लेन दिला दे. डॉलर नहीं तो दीनार दिला दे. I didn't know that I remembered so much of that. So we go with that platform of wrong conviction and feel disappointed that, oh, I prayed, nothing happened. That is why all our gods are like this. Stop! And the second hand is like this. What does this mean? नहीं तो कान के नीचे बजाऊंगा मैं. He says, yet shreya. What is the change that we find in Arjuna's tone here of asking? I still am confused. Tell me that which is of absolute good. shreya. So in life we have shreya and preya. That which is good, absolute good, is shreya. So what is preya? That which is easy. Not wrong necessarily. That which is easy. So between that which is good and that which is easy, what do we choose usually? Easy one. Easy way out. In every aspect, this is the rule that we apply. What is the easy way out? There is no shortcut to excellence. There is no shortcut to success. There is no shortcut to find that peace and happiness within. As long as we keep applying these shortcuts, how many of you have experience to cook good food? See, there are age-old traditional recipes. There were days wherein we did not have the Indian. I'm told in 60s, there was one store in somewhere in Chicago or New York, and once in 3 months get things mailed, basic things. And today every strip mall has 4 5 Indian stores. We have everything available. And in those recipes, if we substitute shortcuts, substitutes, would it taste similar to that which you have in your memory, that which in the previous recipe, the age-old recipe? Somewhere something is still lacking. पता नहीं, ठीक है, it's okay, पर कुछ तो missing है. Something is missing somewhere. With shortcuts you cannot accomplish excellence. And we constantly look out for, and we apply this in every aspect. Whether it is vyavahara or whether it is spiritual. The puja requires certain steps. Can I do a shortcut? It takes time. What doesn't take time? And even if you take time to do it, everything has now pratyamnaya, alternatives. Pratyamnaya. So we sit there and say avahana first, and then asana. Hema kachita, ratna, simhasanam samarpayami. So Bhagavan is also, अरे कहाँ पे? Where? Tadartham akshatani samarpayami. For that, in lieu of that, I offer akshata. And what is the demand? Kshema, sthairya, vijaya, abhaya, arogya, ashtaishwarya siddhyartam, dhana, vastu, vahana, kanakadi siddhyartam. डिमांड तो बड़े हैं. तो भगवान also तदर्थम, जा तू भी खुश हो जा. It is okay for us to apply pratyamnaya, but he has to answer to every single demand that we demand out of him. What kind of nyaya? When you deal with your children, and when they say, Mom, Dad, I need 6S, what is the limit bar that you stretch? You'll start listing out things. If you get A plus or 4.0 education, if you win in your debate, if you win in your or go to your taekwondo and music class, and best if you go to Chinmay mission regularly, then I will give you this. Anywhere they slack, Don't you find it good to rub it into them? I will not. Did you do this? Their pratyamnaya nahi chalta, right? Alternatives. Same thing applies to ourselves. And we apply this sense of easiness even in spirituality and religion, and then say, oh, been there, done that. Japa doesn't work. Puja doesn't work. Meditation doesn't work. Contemplation doesn't work. We tried study groups, doesn't work. Because in path of easy. And in path of easy, there are so many shades that we create. And then we have the audacity to say, oh, Hinduism is quite liberal. You can do whatever you feel like. Had kar di? See, one thing that I observed about 15 years ago when I came, I was like the birthdays, the anniversaries, they have to be mentioned, celebrated, and acknowledged on that very day. Navaratri, Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, nearest possible weekend. Easy mein easy. And then said with lot of as a firmness and conviction and understanding, oh, in Hinduism we are quite liberal, you can do. And then come to challenge, oh, but Swamiji, Hinduism we thought it was quite liberal, why are you being so specific? Because we have lost, we have lost ourselves in our own patterns of shades of easiness. Shreya, preya. What is the change in his mindset that he has brought in? That he is not talking about that which is easy. He now gets the concept, but there is some lack of clarity. Earlier it was questioning Bhagwan and his intentions. He is now not questioning those intentions. He understands the concept, but he is now trying to get further, deeper clarity. Yachreyaha etayoho ekam. Don't give both. I get confused. What is the better one? So Bhagavan says, Shri Bhagavan Sannyasa karma yogascha nishreyasakaravubhau tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo visishyate. Sannyasah karma yogascha nishreyasau ubhau, nishreyasakarav ubhau. Both of them are important. Both of them lead to shreyas, absolute good. But for you in your position, when through Arjuna, a message to all of us, for us in our position, what is more viable, what is more applicable? He says, tayostu, of them both, karma sannyasat. Better than karma sannyasa is karma yoga. Have you ever had an experience eating food on a banana leaf? You should be an expert. Because if you want to eat with a fork and a knife or a spoon on a banana leaf, it doesn't go well. I remember way back while studying in the ashram, there was somebody who had come from US to study. Every so often, when there were Upanayana in the ashram or something, they would feed the brahmacharis as well. And the traditional banana leaf, as in Malayalam, they say sadhya. The entire how many course meal? Sometimes three, sometimes four course. But there are a lot of items. So there was this course wherein we had rasam. Being a traditional South Indian, seeing that rasam is coming, quickly cleared up the space. It's all about space management. Cleared up the space, and the rice. The rice is like each grain is a particle, so now you have to coagulate it. So nicely, what do you call, mush it, and then create a deep and wide well. And those of you who have been there, you know what I'm talking. So first round, the well is full. Whatever you have created, it is full. And you don't let that fellow who is serving you leave. Wait, because there is one intermediary step. Then whatever you have mushed it up this rice, you mix it in such a way that now it becomes semi-liquid. And then again create another well, second round well. In that you add another round of rasam. Upanishad says raso vaisaha. That rasa is Brahman. And now it has become a little more liquid. And you have to pull everything, again space management, into the center. Without spoon, using these 5 fingers and the palm, lift it up, scoop it up in such a way that it can be relished. Sometimes we can exaggeratedly say, if it goes that far, then you are not an authentic South Indian. It has to be this. Lift it up, scoop it up, and lick it up. So there was, in the opposite line, there was this person from US, was amused. This was the first time I was amused. Oh, liquid, you are able to do that, and you're doing it. Show again. So explained this whole process. Got them to do it. And mixing everything was fine. Now the scooping part. Now the scooping part, you cannot apply your entire strength into it. I forgot mentioning that part. I've added that into my list of do's now in my instructions. So that person went with full force. And with that force, the entire banana leaf split into 3 pieces. And this liquid that she had mixed up, it was like a rangoli of rasam chawal all over the place. So when you eat in a banana leaf, this is a skill. After you are finished with your meal, what do you do with the banana leaf? Fold and throw it away. When do you throw it away? After you have finished. After the karma yoga. Then karma sannyasa. Is there a confusion in that process? Anyway, you have to throw. Why even use it? Throw it in the beginning itself. It doesn't make sense. There is a certain place for both. Both happen in a sequential order, one after the other. First perform karma yoga, and the end of it, there is karma sannyasa. What does sannyasa mean? Samyak nyasa. Nyasa has two meanings. One meaning we all know. Sannyasa means to renounce. Renounce comprehensively, renounce completely. The second part of it, which is equally important, is often not understood or mentioned. Nyasa also means to grasp something, to hold something firmly. That which is required, you hold on to firmly, and that which is not required, you throw away completely. Like when you eat a banana, what do you eat? The fruit inside. And what do you do with the peel? Sannyasa. Nyasa, to hold something firmly. Nyasa, to give up something firmly. Both aspects of meaning has to be understood. Taking complete responsibility of our responsibilities, performing them, and then giving up. What has to be given up has to be understood. It is not the karma that has to be given up. It is the doership and the enjoyership that has to be given up. The responsibilities, samyak nyasa, you have to hold. That end result of kartrutva and bhoktrutva, that has to be given up. So if Arjuna is saying, between these two, tell me what is good, must be the kshatriya buddhi coming in. The kshatriya buddhi is, everything has to be best. And probably with a flick of his fingers, he said, "Kaun hai? Uttam cheez le aao. Get the best." And similarly, in these two, what is the best? It's a package deal. You cannot separate one from the other. You have to first apply the first one and then apply the second one. So what is this when applied into our personal lives? Field of responsibilities to each individual are multivaried. It gets defined by that time and space that we are existing in. Like for example, at this point, what is your responsibility? First, to come regularly. Today there were 16 kids and I saw 16 cameras. So I know 16 parents were there. No, actually 3 of them have left. Yeah. Say that again. Oh, they took the best and got rid of the less. Sannyasa karma yoga. That is where viveka has to be applied also. First, come regularly. Second, come with Bhagavad Gita books. Oh yes. That is even before coming. And to tell you a fact, there are many parents here who say, oh, it is a hassle to get them take a shower in the morning, so we had them take it in the evening, just before they went to sleep. There is a purpose, there is a reason. Okay, you started me on a wrong track right now. Okay. That too. After that, coming regularly, bringing your book, making sure that your devices are turned off and you're attentively listening. Every time and space that I am interacting with, my responsibility gets defined accordingly. Specific responsibilities, generic responsibilities, being a husband, being a wife, being a parent, being a son, being a child, being a daughter, being a part of the society, being a part of the nation, being a human being. These are all generic responsibilities that we need to cater to. As various responsibilities unfold, first thing that has to be removed from our conviction is, again, do I need to go through this again? Why is this happening to me? Why me only? Why me only always? Get that cribbing, whining mindset out. It is my life, and to every responsibility unfolding, it is my responsibility to cater to it. Don't prejudge the experience. Like you come into the class, satsang. Again he'll speak. वही चीज बताता रहेगा. Maybe there is something new added in there. Maybe. Benefit of doubt. To have the openness to see through the entire responsibility, understand it, grasp it, and then look into the skill sets as to what skill sets are applicable, demanded here, and apply them with complete attention and focus without being distracted by our past or future or confused about the present. Even if we can achieve this much, you don't need somebody else to come and pat on your back. Shabash, good job. You yourself will have immense satisfaction having done that job with such beautiful focus and application, that there is tripti, there is immense satisfaction. Thus having done, now offering that entire process to a higher altar, dedicating it to a higher altar. Like after doing the entire puja, what do we say at the end? Sarvam Krishnarpanam astu. Similarly, after having fulfilled every responsibility, if we can remember Krishnarpanam, or whoever is your God, Tadarpanam. See, in the Havan also, when they do Agnaye Swaha Idam Na Mama, both Kartritva and Bhoktritva are being renounced in this offering. Thus, what comes back becomes the prasada. Then you would really cherish the result. Sannyasa karma yogascha nishreyasa karaubhav. Both of them are taking us to absolute good. You are asking about shreya. I am talking about nischaya rupena shreya. Firmly, both of them take us to absolute good. But understand the sequence At this level, we have to first apply ourselves in karma yoga. And what is the formula of karma yoga that I have always insisted on learning? There's an equation that I always mention. This year I have not mentioned. Last year I mentioned, academic year. Yo. That is why I don't ask too many questions. कुछ कुछ होता है. That is Gurudev's. कर्ता plus karma, karta plus karya equals karma. Doer plus the act equals action. What is karma yoga? Karma minus karta. Karya still remains. From your action, when you take away the doership, in moments of spontaneity, it happens. On a rush, busy day, you got into a coffee shop. There's a line. You're waiting for your turn. The fellow in front of you pulled out his wallet, swiped his card, ordered his, putting back in his jacket, slipped and fell down. Did not recognize. What should you be doing? Hadappavi. Tap on the shoulder. Excuse me, is that yours? I've learnt it hard way. I picked it up and gave it, and this fellow turns around. When did you flick it? अच्छे दिन नहीं रहे भाई. So therefore, don't even touch it. Tap on the shoulder. Say, hey, is that yours? In that moment, there is no kartrutva that I'm having some return of investment in planned. Now that I have planned, that I have given him his wallet back, I did a favor to you. I'm taking a muffin, water bottle, and coffee. Just pay for one of it. There's no such anticipation. I would want to meet all your teachers from school days. They won't recognize you or don't want to recognize you. Of his children? No, I know. I see them here. It's good to have you though. It's a nice offsetting balance. No kartrutva, no bhoktrutva. Good one. See the example of karma minus karta equals karya. I will now say just Narayana and stop at it. If with every experience we can focus, whether it is dealing with family, whether it is dealing with children, whether it is dealing with office, whether it is dealing with friends, the maximum that we say that we have to apply this in every aspect of our life, may seem overwhelming. When you break it down to doables, you're talking about 3 4 environments, about max 15 20 people per day. Consciously interact. Start there. It's not that simple or that saying that it is done. That's a starting point. And then Bhagavan continues with the next sloka as to what does sannyasa mean. That we will see next week. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Announcement. Hold on. Kindergarten through second grade parents, please raise your hands. So this instruction for you. Your children are downstairs in